friends. It's Robert, Rat Nation. Glad you're here. We're in Crockett, Texas at the Crockett Festival. And well, I thought I'd just interview a cool looking rat truck and then talk to the owner, Mike. And then we hadn't been out much. We've been locked down on coronavirus, but we are out now for sure. The season's starting. We're in April, about the middle of April, so we're ready to go. If you know something, give us a call. We'll shoot us an email. And I haven't talked to you guys in a while, but man, I'm glad to get back out here. Anyway, I'm gonna walk around this truck a little bit. I think you're gonna like it. Here we go. All right, this truck belongs to Mike. Mike is a Fort Worth guy, and man, I know you're gonna like this truck. If you're a rat and from Rat Nation, you're gonna love this truck. It's 41 Dodge with a big Detroit Cummins motor. Man, check this out, dude. You're talking about a lot of work. This guy did this his own, and I'm gonna interview him in a minute. And then, but I want to show you some up and detail stuff that he's done on this truck. All my rat friends in Rat Nation, I know what you're gonna say. Where did this thing come from? But it come from up around the Fort Worth area. So if you're from Fort Worth, you've probably seen this truck before. 6V92 motor, Detroit, 2-stroke. I don't have to tell you what that sounds like. Give you some detail shots. Mike has done some custom work. Boy, you guys need to shove this around to your friends if you hadn't seen it. I talked to him pretty good, and I talked to him a minute, and we'll let him talk a little bit more. But he drove this truck from Fort Worth to Crockett, Texas today to exhibit this truck. And he's drove it to Biloxi, cruising the coast a time or two. He's going back to Mississippi next weekend. Drives it everywhere, puts a little camper on it, and takes it around. Probably not like my rat truck where you got to put it on a trailer, but this guy here, he go anywhere he wants to. He's big enough to move out in front of you now. Custom work. Guy built it in his garage, built it from where he had it to scratch, and done a lot of work. I'll talk to him, and we'll talk to him some more in just a second. I want you to look at it first so we can talk to each other in just a second. Look at the custom work, guys. I know I got a bunch of rat friends on here, and I know you're gonna like it. If you're around Fort Worth area, I'm sure he's out and about quite a bit. Stop by and look. This won't do you justice for this truck. A lot of these trucks, you know, we see with Cummins in them. You don't see many with Detroits, but he's gonna tell you where he got the motor and the axle, the running gear from in just a second, and I know you're gonna enjoy his interview. Get you a shot of it all together here. Got a nice display book that goes with it. I don't know, guys. This is it for me. I know you guys love it too. If you're rats, you know you're gonna like it. All right, I want you to meet a friend. Mike, how are you, buddy?
Hi.
Good to see you. I'm gonna turn this thing around a little bit. Meet Mike. Mike, Fort Worth, Texas guy, right?
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about your truck.
Well, it's the truck itself is a 41 Dodge, a ton and a half. The engine drivetrain come out of an 88 Volvo cab over fire truck. Found it on Craigslist. Always loved the old 2-stroke diesels. Had to build something. This is what happened.
You bet. Yes, sir. You told me earlier that you broke this thing down, built it right there in your garage, did almost all work on your own, right?
Oh yeah, everything. I'm not an artistic guy, so the lettering on the door is the only thing I didn't do.
Right.
But yeah, backyard garage.
It's very original. When I talked to Mike in the beginning, I said, are you a welder? He said, well, I've been welding all my life, but I don't do it for a living. And in Texas, where most of our rats are from, is, you know, we're redneckish and everybody does their own. And so I know these guys on this channel appreciate what you've done on this truck. I know we don't see many of these trucks. We see rats, but we don't see Detroits. We don't see, we see some Cummins, but yeah, this is pretty unusual.
A lot of Cummins, but I've always loved the old 2-stroke Detroit, so had to do something with it.
Crank them up and you can tell the difference. I know you can. And what brought you to Crockett, Texas?
Race had posted something on Facebook about the show, and
Yes, sir.
I saw it and said, I'm not doing anything, I'm going.
Yeah, you know, he told me, we talked a little bit about it, go take cruising the coast a couple of times. He lives in the Fort Worth area. Man, you guys got to get out and see this truck. I know a lot of my friends are building, trying to build these old big trucks. He said the frame come out of or cab come off of a 1.5 ton Dodge, right?
1.5 Dodge, yeah.
And took it down, built it, and we were just talking about some of the things that goes on in these old Detroits, and you know, we don't see people are building using different motors now, and I just love the Detroits. He said he got a deal in his book here. It says if it's leaking oil, it's what?
It's sweating horsepower. It's not leaking oil, it's sweating horsepower.
There you go. Yeah. He also talked to me about another rat. I guess you're going to next weekend to Mississippi.
Yeah, it's called Atomic Blast. It's at the Gulfport, Mississippi drag strip.
Man,
and these guys know how to have fun. They have a lot of big engine rat rods, and they do a lot of burnouts and flame throwing and drag racing. And
light them up.
Yep.
You know, Mike is from Texas, and I'm glad of that, because we're most of our people with rats are from Texas. But Mike, I'd like for y'all to see Mike and meet Mike. I know most of you guys on here, and I think you're gonna, if you haven't seen his truck, I know you're gonna enjoy talking with him. He's personal. He'll help you on anything that he knows about his truck. So if you're building one, because we talked about some other guys building one. So Mike, I just want to thank you for letting me interview you. I appreciate what you're doing. You got one hell of a truck.
Thanks.
And keep putting them out there and keep it on the road, because there's a lot of rat brothers and sisters out here that would just love to see you around.
There's a lot of good engineering out there in some of these rat rods.
You're right. And just because what they look like on the outside, you know, when you see them put together like this, we see a lot of those old 692s and 892s that's been in buses and you know, dump trucks and garbage trucks, and these things last forever if you take care of them.
Yep.
Change oil in them and put a little air filter on them every once in a while, and they'll keep going. Well, I appreciate you coming to our channel. I appreciate the interview, and we'll see you down the road. And let's y'all look him up. He's pretty much in Fort Worth. You see him, go say hi and talk to him. I know you appreciate it. Mike, appreciate it, baby. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all. Hey, we're Rat Nation. We love to see y'all, man. Give me a holler if you got something going on. Let me know. This is the kind of stuff you asked me for, so here it is. I appreciate it again. We'll talk to you later. This is Robert and Rat Nation. Y'all be cool.